So hello guys, we are continuing with our series on the youth series. Today we are discussing the 10th topic. We are discussing the 10th topic, and what is this topic about? It says, what is your purpose? So we want to look at this topic now and really delve into it. What have I been doing all this while? For the last 9 videos have been leading essentially to this. What is your purpose? Do you really know your purpose? Have you tried to find out why you think God created you, what you think God wants you to do, what you think that is God's plan for your life, what do you think God wants you to do? Have you really bothered yourself to ask that question? Have you really been concerned enough? Because indeed, for you to have a destiny that you can fulfill is that you even know the purpose you're to serve. If you don't know the purpose you're to serve, so how do you now fulfill the destiny that God has given to you? You need to find out what God sent you to do, what God wants you to do, because it is passion that also does the profit. Now, if you don't have a purpose, if you don't have a reason for living, because if you really don't have something to die for, like somebody said, then you die for anything. If you don't have a purpose that you think you're fulfilling in life, indeed you will just what do I call it now, you just be living your life without direction. And I don't want it to be like that. You see, young people, they get distracted. How we drive them into drug? You know why? Because they don't really have a purpose. I remember as a young person, one thing I told myself, I have, concerning my marriage, I have, before, around the time I was age of 12, I just decided about many things about my life. Yeah, that at that point, I didn't really know what you call life purpose and all of that. But as I was growing up as a Christian, I think one of the first things, fundamental thing we asked to do was to ask God, what do you want me to do? And God told me. God told me about my writing. And then as I was reading the Bible, God will confirm me all these things for me. And that became my own life purpose. That became the reason I was living. That became the passion. And even when things happen in my life, I'll be wondering, why is this one happening? Because I remember when I first got to National Open University of Nigeria, I was telling myself, what am I going to do in this kind of place? Because it was something new. Most people are not familiar with it. So you just wonder what this is about. But when I saw the mode of delivery about writing, I said, oh, this fits into my calling. This is for what I am called to do. I tell people, when you talk about church, I know my calling in the church. So really, you need to really find out. You need to ask God questions, and you can find this out by prayer. You can find it out by actually talking to God, and God will talk to you. That's what I've seen. God doesn't hold back. When you sincerely ask God questions and you want to know, it's like maybe you want to get married now. You're deceiving yourself. You have already had in mind what you want to marry. You say you're asking God that who do I marry? Sincerely, there's no point deceiving, because God is the one that weighs actions and He weighs also the thoughts of the heart. He knows. He knows when you ask sincere questions, He will give you sincere answers. And I have said that over and over again. So you need to really ask God and find out what is your life purpose, so that you can, it's better as a young person. If you begin to know and understand it now, and you begin to pursue it, the likelihood of you fulfilling is very high. And when you fulfill, of course, that doesn't mean that at any point, even as a person that is a bit mature, that you find out that you cannot still do it. Everybody got, like I think, I don't know whether it was in one of the videos I was mentioning this. So people are called to maybe save, their ministry is to save about 1,000 souls. Now you'll be having somebody that got called to save 100,000 souls. You don't know that by the time you save your 1,000 souls, someone will say, I see this person that is very popular, but you have actually fulfilled. But the person that is to save 1,000 souls, 100,000 souls, and save only 99,000 has not fulfilled their purpose, has not fulfilled God's calling, has not really fulfilled everything God wants them to do. So it's very important that you really take your time and find out from God, what have you come for? And He will tell you. If you go into prayers, if you go into prayer of inquiry, He will tell you. You will open your eyes to see it, and before you may be surprised that these are things that you're even already passionate about. These are things that you already like doing. These are things that you are really involved in. Like I told you, like I was telling you about my experience in when I was called to National Open University. I was like, what am I going to do? Because I've been used to doing the conventional system, but I saw it aligned very much. It aligned very much with God's call upon my life, because I enjoy writing. I come to serve people. One of the jobs I've enjoyed most is when I was a reporter with the Guardian newspapers in Lagos in the early 90s. I enjoyed doing it. So, and it was still in alignment with what God called me to do. So you need to really sit down, ask God prayerfully, and He will guide you. Let Him hear from you. Let Him know that this thing that you want to do, and He will tell you. That's the truth. God does not hold back. If your prayer, your questions are from sincere heart, if your questions are from the depth of your heart, if your questions are from your really wanting to know and wanting to act, He will not take away from you. He will not take away from you His answers if you ask in sincerity. And that is just the truth. So this is what I wanted to talk about today. The basic way you can find it. Ask yourself, what do you enjoy doing? What gives you joy when you are doing it? What do you think that when you are doing, even in the church, it makes you happy? What you are doing around people, it makes you happy. That may be pointing to God's purpose. And then at times people call it talent. What is that talent that you have that you think that when you are fulfilling it, you do with ease? That may also be pointing you to your purpose. So there are basic purpose. Of course, there are other things you can do. You may be called to preach, but you may be called to preach through your writing. You'll be called to preach through your what do you call it now? You may be called to preach through let's say now through your singing. So, but you need to just prayerfully ask God, and God will give you the answer. Like I said, He's not a man that He should lie, and He will not give you a work that He has not given you the ability to do. So it will take you back to what you have been saying. Then when you find it out, you will need to still go for training. You will need to really fine-tune it. You really need to take it to the level that you can really achieve fully, in fullness, what God wants you to do. So do not forget the question you ask yourself again and again: what is your purpose? So if you know your purpose, it will help you to plan your life. Even your life partner will be somebody that can actually help you to pursue that dream, to fulfill your purpose in life. Because if you go and use the power of the flesh to even look for a partner, you may be surprised that may cause distraction from God's plan and purpose for your life. So this is very, very important, and you should never forget that this is one thing that you need to pursue. So God will grant you grace to understand His plan and purpose for you, and you shall fulfill it. So do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Do not forget to share the video. Do not forget to tell our young people about what we are doing here. And I know by the grace of God, we will be able to fulfill God's plan and purpose for this particular series, the youth series. God bless you. So the subscribe button is free. You're not paying for it. Even all the content I'll be giving you, you're not paying for it. So let me hear in the comment and say that this is my purpose, I have found my purpose, and mention it to me, and we can discuss further. God bless you guys. See you guys in the next video. Bye.